lost in the thickest fog I've ever seen. And the pressure to get to Kushma's cabaret to find my mom was suffocating. Like the weight of the world bearing down on my shoulders. When I stepped into the cabaret, Rue greeted me. And I felt myself getting caught up in the moment. Here, time seemed to dance to Rue's tune, flowing both forward and backward. After agreeing to his terms, I crossed the threshold and found myself right back where I started. They say you can't mend the past. Well, I was about to put that to the test. I'm back. Wait! The hurricane! There's still time! She's not home yet. There's still time. I should pack my stuff right away. All my stuff's packed. I should get some of Mama's stuff for her.
Turn around. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles.
Whew, it is really picking up out there.
Mama? I missed you.
I've only been gone for a few hours. You feeling okay?
Yeah. Now that you're safe. Mama, we gotta go.
Well, I gotta pack my things. Why don't you check on Bo and Mrs. Pearl while I finish up?
We ain't got time to waste, Ma.
Waste time?
That's not what I meant.
Please, just go check on Bo and Mrs. Pearl. They might need help.
Fine, but we gotta go ASAP. I packed my bags and yours already.
Well, look at you. Following instructions and a little extra.
Ma, be quick. And don't leave your car. Clear the road and get the hell out of here. Bo and Miss Pearl will be all right. safe.
Oh damn, she got evicted. Anna Kendrick. Anna Kendrick has a really big team.
Oh, you in there? You'll be all right. All right, that's all cleared. Just grab Ma and get out of here. Something's off here. I've seen this fog before. Mama, let's go! I'm getting the car ready. Come on, we gotta get out of here.
Why can't I get into my house?
Mama!
Oh god, and there goes the house again.
Mama! I'm sorry. I wasn't fast enough. I tried.
It's actually crazy that she's going through this twice.
Wait, this is not real. She's not here.
Oh really? Oh wow, he got me.
You know, you something else. Few willingly enter my town, but no one ever breaks through my illusion.
You tricked me.
I like you, Hazel Flood. You got vim and vigor, a certain je ne sais quoi. Unfortunately, you will never be fast enough to defeat him.
I'm fast enough to beat your fog to the bottle tree.
Oh, that fog just Kushma's hunger.
So, those stories about you finding dreamers for Kushma, those are real?
This town don't run on empty illusions. Kushma needs powerful nightmares in order to sustain its magic. And I find the most potent ones.
Why did you bring me here?
I've been hunting a creature killer. A dreamer powerful enough to tame Kushma's hunger. But I can't do it alone. You showed potential, so I brought you here.
And why should I trust a word you say? You promised I would see my ma again.
No, she's here as promised. She's been reaching out. Ever since Mala used her magic to seal her wounds, but
So that was her?
she's in this realm somewhere. Trapped in a loop of despair. A nightmare.
I need to find her.
Wait. Listen to me. Kushma's hunger is grown, and even you have limits, Hazel Flood.
I can handle him.
You managed to break through my illusion, and that's an impressive feat, but make no mistake, no one defeats Kushma.
I'm not leaving without her. I will fight for her. I will stop when I'm dead. She would.
It's too late.
That's wild.
We already found you. Find your mama and wake her up. It's your only chance.
Say less. None of that will stop.
I like
I can beat you.
I like Hazel.
Get out of my way.
Oops.
I need to get Mama out of here. I am good enough. Where are you, Ma? Gotta be nearby. Are you kidding me? Leave me alone! gotta get to that door. Another stage. Who did you make suffer here? You won't do that to me. You're trying to get under my skin. Well, it won't work. That's so many doors. So many people. Freaking job! Come on. Come on! I'm not gonna stop! Another set to torment someone in. I know I was wrong. I messed up. I'm sorry. Don't fucking tease me, asshole. She loves me, and I'm gonna find her. You fucking bastard! Exit's over there. Go, Crouton! No, no. I will save her. There we go. I hope Mama's okay.
Okay, Captain America.
Yo, how long are you gonna chase me? Let's go. This won't stop me. What is wrong with you? That looks like our living room. Mom! There she is. Mama!
Mama!
You alright? Ma, can you hear me?
Her eyes completely black.
Oh no. Oh God. Hazel. Hazel, please, it isn't safe.
Ma, I'm right here.
Hazel, you cannot make that jump. Hazel! No.
Mama?
Baby. My baby.
I'm okay, Ma. I'm okay. Ma?
Imagine that. Imagine that was the twist. Like Hazel died at the beginning of the game, and she's just been running through the spirit world trying to find her way back to the living.
I love you, Ma. This ends now. You can't keep her here forever.
I'm just saying, like, imagine that happened. Damn, bro, where's the damage phase?
Mama! Damn it! Wake up! I need you to be okay. Mama! Mama, wake up.
Hazel?
I'm here. Ma! It's me.
You're alive.
I'm here. None of that was real. I'll be okay.
So her mom was just like sitting here watching her daughter fall off a cliff in perpetuity.
Where
That
are
is
we?
so messed up. Damn.
Hey, wait. You look different.
I've been doing voodoo, Mom.
It's impossible.
As impossible as you asking Hugging Molly to help find kids in need?
How did you know?
I'll explain later. Right now, I need your help. I can't do this alone. I need you to trust me.
What do you need me to do?
Whatever you do, hold on to this bottle.
I got your back, bud.
Keep that bottle steady. I got the rest.
God, watch over her.
Oh, look, it's Mom. Not gonna lie, this is kind of lame. I mean, I don't know if the final boss is about to be a bunch of mini enemy arenas punctuated by dodging tentacles. I don't know. Yeah, this could be a pretty lame final boss if so. Like, Kushma's not even really a boss then. Kushma's a bunch of tentacles with little enemy mobs attached to it. Like, Kushma's not a tangible creature that I could fight like the Haints that I fought in the other chapters. Like, did they run out of budget? I'm really not going to be able to fight Kushma directly. Like, I'm going to fight mobs of the same 3 or 4 enemies I've been fighting the entire game. And every time I unravel one of them, it does some little bit of damage to Kushma. Are you serious? Is the game serious right now with us? Are we serious? I'm sorry, that's really disappointing. The final boss did not even get a design. I don't know what happened. Compulsion must have run out of budget.
Hazel, look out!
Oh my god.
Hold tight, Papa. I'm coming.
You okay?
I'm good.
Oh my god. So tired.
Baby, you okay?
No. This final boss sucks. Compulsion ran out of budget and couldn't give us an actual Kushma boss fight, so they give us this trash. I cannot believe they did not have the stones to actually design a real final encounter. I'm so mad. Ugh. Please.
Lord, protect my baby.
Anything. Oh god, another tentacle gauntlet. This is so ass.
Think I got this far just to stop now?
I wouldn't mind if you did. The creativity is at an all-time low right now.
Let's finish it.
It's so lame.
Get to the bottle tree!
I need to come on camera and explain how disappointing it is to me that that was
You
cool.
gonna have to finish it.
Okay.
Don't look back, baby. Go. Stick. Finish it.
This place again?
Unbelievably weak.
Where is she?
Oh, don't worry. She's back in Prospero. Safe. I'll send you back there.
Well, don't let me keep you. Send me off.
Oh, I keep my promises. Now it's time for you to keep yours.
Oh, great. What do you mean?
Remember on stage at Kushma's Cabaret, a favor for a key? Well, it's time for you to pay up.
I don't understand.
I need you to give this hairbrush to your grandma.
Get in line. I have my own reckoning to do with her.
Well, then do us both a favor.
And why can't you do it yourself? I'd imagine Kushma's right-hand man can give a hairbrush to an old woman.
That old woman is what we call a false stitcher. Now, unlike you, she wasn't chosen to be a weaver. Instead, she uses a dark magic, killing creatures and tearing through the grand tapestry, leaving a trail of corruption behind.
I see.
That explains a lot.
All I'm asking is that you give her the brush.
What does it do?
It's a one-way trip to Kushma.
Kushma again? I thought he was dealt with.
You can't defeat the king of dreams and nightmares. You contained his hunger for now, but he ain't gonna stay put for too long.
All right, fine. Get me out of here, and I'll give Bunny the brush. But that's it. After that, you and I are done.
I knew I liked you, Hazel Flood. See you on the other side.
Losing my mother again felt soul crushing. I felt drained, like I had no will left. And worse, I realized this was exactly how Kushma, the king of nightmares, thrived. But I managed to break free from that illusion. I knew I'd lose myself if I didn't break that never-ending cycle. Bottling Kushma with Mama's help made me realize that together, we could handle whatever came our way. It filled me with more pride than any gold medal I've ever won. But that's not where this story ends. There was a loose end back in Prospero that needed tying up. It was time to swing by Bunny's again.
Something tells me this won't be easy.
Ma? Mama?
Hazel.
Mama! I thought you were gone.
Oh, shh. You ran. You ran and ran until you found me. Oh, my brave, brave girl.
I didn't
Oh,
mean what
that's
I said
adorable.
when we argued. I'm sorry.
We have loads to talk about. Come on, we can go home. Or to Jolene's. I'll go find us a ride.
I'll meet you later.
What about the
I have
hairbrush?
one more thing to do.
What are you up to?
You gotta go trap your...
I have to go to the flood mansion.
Have you lost your mind?
I gotta go trap my
No, I
grandmother
can't
with dark
understand.
arcane magic.
I need you to trust me one more time.
I can't let you go back into the mouth of danger.
Please, Ma.
The mouth of danger is
There's
crazy.
so much bad coming from there. You can't see what I see. Just like I couldn't see what you were going through. I have to fix this on my own. Make it right.
Man. Okay.
Come back to me, Hazel. Promise me.
I promise.
I love you, my little bug.
I love you too.
Takedowns to silence.
The one final opponent is my grandmother. Oh, Lord.
I found her, Dad. I brought Mama home safe and sound. We're okay. Wish me luck. If I'm not out here in a few minutes, call the authorities. I don't know what to say to her. What is there to even say? All of this stigma was coming from her the whole time. If we can come to an understanding, maybe all of this will clear up.
The metaphor could not be more potent than it is right now, right this second.
All right.
Lily, are you back? How did you? Oh, you're more powerful than I thought.
Is that Molly's heart?
Why didn't it work? It should have brought Sherry back.
You can't bring back the dead.
You did something, didn't you? That's why the magic failed.
I heard your baby's spirit crying. In a tree. She was in pain. I did everything I could to help her.
In pain? Or just in your way? You have no idea what loss feels like. When Cherie drowned, I was so raw it hurt to breathe. I'd see cars with those baby on board signs and just want to ram them. This town's full of people who don't deserve their kids, who beat them right in the middle of a store. Why are their children still alive and not my Cherie?
I can't imagine what it's like to lose a child. But the things you've done ain't right.
Everything I'd done was for Cherie. You had no right to tamper with her spirit.
You had no right. You've hurt everyone around you. You murdered Molly.
I don't want to hear this.
Word.
You need to change to make up for what you've done.
I can't. I don't even know what to live for anymore.
That's actually kind of sad.
There is a way you can see Cherie again.
I don't believe in heaven if you came here to kill me.
No. But there is a town for folks who can't move on. Or won't. You can't do any more harm there. But think it through, Bunny. I've seen what happens to folks who can't let go of the past. Your choice.
Cherie's baby brush. She was so tender-headed, I'd get cross with her. Now I'd give anything to brush her hair again.
And you can, my darling.
Oh, it's the Rue, baby.
I know who you are. It won't really be her.
You'll never be able to tell the difference, I promise.
I won't.
Not if you don't want
Yeah, harvest her weird energy.
You're very kind.
Is this right? Why does this sound so sinister? I don't like this.
There's a fine line between mercy and justice. Ain't that right, Hazel Flood?
Why would you say that now?
Hard road for yourself.
I know.
How interesting. They really did talk it out. They really did talk it out, and we really did trap that old bat in the Shadow Realm.
Oh, shit.
Damn, I'm telling you, sometimes at the end of the day, it is always the mother-in-law who will do you in. That's where all the stigma in the relationships come from. The mother-in-law.
Are you hurt?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Damn.
I got a lot to tell you.
Poor Bunny.
I got time.
She seriously has no idea that she just got damned to the Shadow Realm? Alex Booty. I'm sorry. It was the first name. Oh! Excuse me. Well, that was nice, I guess. I feel like that was more the... I feel like... This game was more the journey than the destination. I was very much a fan of the moment-to-moment gameplay. Not so much the story as a whole. And I thought some of the characters were cool. But I don't know. I thought the Kushma fight at the end was a little underwhelming. It wasn't even really a boss fight. It was just an enemy gauntlet. It was just a couple of enemy encounters stitched back to back with tentacle dodge sequences, and I was very underwhelmed by that. But I thought the game itself was pretty fun and interesting. The combat was probably the weakest part of the pie chart that compromises this game's gameplay. Yeah, the platforming, you know, the environmental puzzling, the platforming, and the combat are like the three pillars of gameplay. Also, the little chase sequences. You know, and the game uses them all pretty effectively throughout. The level design does get pretty interesting in some places. It was pretty cool. It was alright. I was pretty aggressively alright. I liked it. And the soundtrack was phenomenal. I love the way the songs all related to each of the haints. I feel like I want to play it again just to learn a little bit more about the characters. Not the characters, but the folklore itself was really interesting, and how they fitted it towards Hazel and her family specifically. Activision. Oh, that makes sense, because Microsoft owns Compulsion and Activision. Imagine being a studio under Microsoft's umbrella. You have access to so many companies. You have access to Bethesda. You have access to Activision and all of their umbrella studios. You have access to, holy crap, like, dude. You have access to Team Ninja. You have access to Platinum. I enjoyed the heck out of that. Not surprised that a lot of these cuts were original. There better not be a post-credit. Oh.
And that's how a new Weaver came to be in Prospero.
Well, not bad at all, Hazel Flood.
I appreciate it. I gotta get going. Instead, I meet Ma and Laurent for dinner. See y'all later.
I do really think it's something watching Hazel grow from a impulsive you know, antagonistic teenager into a much more emotionally mature and self-aware teenager by the end of the game. And along the way in doing so, confronting and healing a lot of not only her personal trauma, but say a lot of the generational trauma that led, I would say, that stretched from her past all the way to her present. In a lot of cases, represented by Deep South folklore. I thought it was an interesting and emotional journey. If, you know, that for the most part keeps its momentum throughout the game. I think the intro to the game is really strong. The middle kind of sags a little, and the end feels a little bit rushed, if that makes any sense. I do think every chapter feels distinct and interesting on its own, and the themes in each chapter are really strong, and they inform the level design and the way each chapter plays out. Like, I was never bored. I wish it were a little bit more cohesive from chapter to chapter, but I mean, this was fun. This was fun and interesting, and you know, I'm happy to have played it. I do love that the last level culminates in basically a conversation between Bunny and Hazel that ends up ultimately resolving the plot, because, I mean, of course it would be, right? Of course it would be. Of course it'd be a conversation. As much fun as it would have been to have fought Bunny in a final battle where you literally just beat the tar out of her, spiritually, of course, in GTA, I'm actually kind of happy the game didn't go that route. I think it's really funny that we didn't go that route. And yeah, it kind of ended the way I expected it to. I don't know. I would say this game is a extremely solid 7 out of 10. To use the Anthony Fantano scale, I would give it a strong 7 to a light 8. You know, 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was cool. The platforming was fun. The environmental puzzling was sometimes clever. The level design was very unique and interesting, and the combat left a lot to be desired. I just think it was as shallow as a puddle, and very repetitive. And even when you get powerful enough to mitigate the little quirks in the combat that are really annoying early on, then it just becomes repetitive. Like, it goes from being frustrating. It goes from being frustratingly difficult to mind-numbingly repetitive, and I don't think it ever finds a happy medium where, like, the combat ever felt nice to engage with, or I ever felt like a weaving badass or like a force of nature to be reckoned with. Like, I never felt that way at any point. I started out feeling too weak, and then by the end, I left feeling like just OP and bored. And the only thing I really had to pay attention to was just timing my dodges properly, and, you know, stunning enemies long enough to unravel them, and yeah. But I mean, yeah, aside from the combat, and there was so much of it, you know, there was so much combat that you have to deal with that it's just like, what the fuck happened there? And you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Well, but yeah, that was South of Midnight. A very fun, somewhat lean 3D platformer with an extremely strong story about healing your generational trauma with 3D combat. But no, by literally weaving and slowly peeling back the layers of trauma within your family tree and detaching them from the stigmas, and it's cute. I'm happy to have played it. Shout out to the BIPOC that made this possible. We're gonna feck around a little bit. I'm gonna take a moment. We can poke around the digital extras for a bit. I think there's a little documentary on the making of the game that we can watch for a moment while I prep the stream to switch to Doom, because I want to play Doom now that we have thoroughly explored. Yeah, I can't even say it with a straight face. I'm sorry, y'all, but you feel me. Excuse me. Oh, God. All right, anyway. Oh, my God, it's 40 minutes long. We're not going to watch all of it.
And magic is all
watch
around
some of
you.
it. That's wild.
It's about learning empathy for people who aren't like you. It's finding hidden strengths.
It's so beautifully powerful, and I think that it just sort of leaps off the screen.
There's so much atmospheric potential. The landscapes, they're almost like a character in and of itself.
We made these concept songs for all of the creatures. It's not often you get that creative license.
Her journey paralleled with my journey, and like many of our journeys. Did Mama know about this? She discovers the world is more than what she has known it to be.
Coming up against all of these monsters and large creatures where she can communicate with them, heal them, learn from them. Watching Hazel just fly through the world doing all of these things is just a lot of fun.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. You know? Yeah, like I'm not mad at that. That's what I mean, like, you know, encountering these creatures, seeing what made them tick, and then healing them, so to speak,
all the books I wanted to read,
while being able to relate to them. It was interesting.
Abandoned farms and forgotten places, and you really, when you walk through a forest in the South, you never know what you're gonna find.
Now, as a kid, I would already be at the backside of this little swamp.
Finding plants like wild grapevines that were so thick and so gigantic, you didn't have to climb them. Mysterious buildings, and they seem to have never served any purpose at all. So you wonder, what was this for? Why is this here? Where did these people who built it go? What happened? It doesn't take too long before the accumulation of mysteries demand an answer, and my imagination provided the answers. So I started inventing adventure stories as I was tramping around and exploring these places that usually featured monsters, and monsters became my best friends. That exhilarating sense of discovery, never knowing what you'll find, this sort of thing is what I wanted to create in a game. The genesis of Midnight was my desire to create a love letter to the South. We are based in Montreal, which is in Quebec in Canada, and is pretty far from the South. We were lucky to have some team members who grew up in the South. None of us were experts in Southern folklore, but we had this monumental task of building a world that was iconic, did feel authentically Southern, and it was with a bunch of creatures that no one in Montreal had ever heard of. I mean, there are lots of people in the South who haven't heard of some of these cryptids. we reached out.
I love
to
that terminology.
Donna Washington, who is a
Cryptid.
world-renowned storyteller, and she came to our offices, and she told a story to the entire company at the time, and it was captivating. It was mesmerizing.
So I spent, I don't even remember what it was, 2 or 3 days, telling stories and taking questions and just sort of immersing the team in folklore. The stories that come out of the southern, well, Gothic stories is kind of what you're dealing with in South of Midnight, are all stories about surviving in difficult times. They're about facing the things that scare you. They're about tricking the things that scare you. They're about laughing at the things that scare you. But what was interesting with that team was as they got into the stories and they sort of joined us, it became clear, it became more obvious to them what the stories were about.
We liked the idea of not just the South, but this Southern Gothic slant towards the Deep South. The stories are usually set in a small town. They usually involve something supernatural, and they're usually soaked in atmosphere. There's a thing that I like to think about called like an imaginary nostalgia for a place. So the idea is that, you know,
imaginary
it's okay
nostalgia.
if players have not experienced like where these genres came from originally, but we're sort of reimagining them and celebrating them again to create like a really cohesive atmospheric world.
You know, it's funny. Well,
And
I've
so
been
for us, how I would have translated
down
that to
south.
something visual is really leaning on the weight of the past. That's a big thing for Southern Gothic. Old decaying buildings.
And I would say they
overgrowth,
nailed a lot of the
quiet
aesthetic
places,
really,
old
really well.
houses, places that tell a lot of old stories. And then there's the supernatural sort of magic realism element with ghosts and myths and legends.
I thought that was really well done. The tree.
A lot of creatures in these folklore, they sort of balance on the edge between the known and the unknown.
Almost all of the creatures within South of Midnight are inspired by folk tales from the various regions of the South. And if not a folk tale, it's taken from an urban legend that's well on its way to becoming a folk tale. Something's out there, clearly, something anomalous. People become obsessed with learning about them. But to date, no one's really gathered any conclusive evidence or proof that they exist, or really identified what they are.
So the story starts in our game during a hurricane. Our main character, Hazel, is packing to evacuate.
This ain't my first hurricane. I know what to do. As long as you didn't forget the flashlight and battery.
This hurricane is gonna split apart a mother and her daughter. And we wanted to explore what kind of choices she's going to make. We kind of give her a lot of obstacles and challenges that will force her to face a few things from her past that she may not be aware of. And it has
I did
become
especially like the
theme
chapter
of
where
our
she
game.
had to confront her
I think Hazel's
stepfather.
character is at a weird transition point
You
in
know,
your life that we all
as
go
a
through.
grown
A young
woman,
adult, but
as-
still, you know, when you're 18 or 19, you're still basically a kid in some ways. You don't know much. You feel like you know much. But also, you know, you're very complex. You want to be understood. You want to be seen.
I ain't no boo hag.
Hazel isn't a superhero. She's not here to fix systemic issues.
Speak on it. I said we wouldn't be rushed if you didn't waste all that time at the shelter.
Now, you want to bring this up right now.
Hazel is a girl who got into an argument with her mom, and now she's looking for her and she wants to fix it. And she's, you know, discovering these powers along the way, these other creatures' stories.
So Hazel is a weaver, and she can tap into her powers and sort of unravel the past and see what was the event that may have transformed either a person or a creature, and she's going to be able to reweave their wounds. That's her role.
The creatures are all inspired by real folk tales. However,
Really like,
there's not a lot
Molly.
of visual information on
She was a really
the exact
good
look
one.
of these creatures, which gave us a lot of flexibility to interpret them. For me, getting the tone and mood and making sure they had this sort of dark elegance to them was really important.
So while you'll see Haint everywhere, every region has a distinctive creature, and they rule entirely. So each kingdom is structured so that you understand, how did a creature become a monster?
The sort of variety of creatures that we have in South of Midnight is really cool. The creatures and just sort of like the wild embodiment of like nature, but also human anxiety is very interesting. But also like human errors and challenges and the ways that we hurt each other sort of manifest as creatures as well. There's some sort of whispered rumors about creatures that you shouldn't
is one of my
cross,
favorites.
that Hazel has to.
Each creature that Hazel meets throughout her journey is going to have a specific impact on her. Some will be forcing her to face things that she has run away from. Others will simply create a huge sense of fear in her and summon her to dig deeper and to believe in herself.
Now, ultimately, Hazel wants to assist creatures, but there are some that are not really alive. They are from a darker place, driven by trauma. They want to feed on guilt and fear. And these creatures she has to destroy. But the creatures with human souls she wants to help. Two-Toe Tom is a giant alligator, and he's been around forever.
Definitely one of my
For as
favorite
long as Tom
designs in the
eats,
game.
Tom will grow. Tom will continue to grow well past the already titanic proportions of some southern alligators, and he will continue to eat larger and larger prey. So in the game, Tom terrorizes rural communities during flooding because now he has aquatic access to the urban centers. If you look into Tom's eyes and he's not trying to eat you, you'll see the depth. You'll see the humanity in this creature. And I believe that a lot of the animal world, is more soulful than we like to give them credit for.
Hug and Molly, she's a really classic kids cautionary tale, and the way that she's represented is very cool. Like it kind of turns it on its head. That expectation of like,
I love all of the
boogeyman's out to
rags
get you.
and like
I mean,
clothes.
she's huge, and like I personally am arachnophobic, so like seeing her many legs is like absolutely appalling and terrifying to me personally. Every time I see her, I'm just like, look, okay, I would not mess with that.
Magical realism is part of the vision for South of Midnight. Magic is real. Monsters are real. The unexpected can happen at any time. But the farther you go from the town center or the urban center, the more magical the world becomes. And it becomes a driving force because once you start to notice even minor details that are out of place or unusual, you want more. And
Magical realism. How about that?
for someone who, is a practitioner of a fundamental magical form, Hazel, your character, I think she likes it too. I think if you're making a game set in real locations...
Oh, nice. The Xbox considers it a
you
game.
have to go to those locations as much as possible.
Cool.
To sort of pick up on the vibe of these places. So, in that spirit, I devised 2 week-long excursion/research trips to the South for all of the directors.
That's funny.
Because South of Midnight is set in a sort of twisted alternate version of the Deep South where we use different landscapes that are iconic to the Deep South. So we went to the Appalachians, we went to the swamps, we went to New Orleans, we went through the Delta, and South of Midnight has a bunch of archetypal locations from the Deep South. Hazel Flood, our main protagonist, she gets projected into this sort of folkloric version of the Deep South. We have the swamps, we have the Delta, we have the Appalachians, and we have an area that's inspired by New Orleans. The landscapes they're almost like a character in and of itself in the game.
A lot of people who escaped from the plantation would go live in the swamps of like the Carolinas. People in like Florida and other places, they would go to the swamps because very few people are going to follow you into a swamp, and they made life work there, and I think that's really, really cool.
A lot of people might hear about the Underground Railroad, but, you know, a lot of people don't know that the Great Dismal Swamp was like a stop on the way. Imagining people build settlements out here is like
really wild.
Really, really wild. It's very inspirational though.
It is, because this is not a place I feel like you live willingly,
yeah.
like you're doing it out of necessity. You got a big old mosquito on your head.
Did you get it?
I did.
So it actually is really nice to normalize this setting.
And even as a game setting, this isn't a usual setting.
I mean, it's a little daunting trying to bring that history to the forefront. You feel like a great degree of responsibility. Yeah.
Giant insects as well. Look at that. Look at all of that swampland.
I like to
All the
make
weird,
worlds that
warped,
people
dilapidated,
might be familiar
you know,
with in some way or another, but they
all
might
that
not realize
housing.
they are. And
It has
twist
such a
them
lived-in,
and sort of
like
celebrate
ancient,
them.
rustic look. I love all the trees
And I
growing
feel
up
like we
and
don't
through
give
the house.
players enough credit for wanting to see new worlds.
So as we're going
To have it
through each
look
of these
so
locations, we're
otherworldly
being
and still
introduced
be
to a new creature, a
rooted
new person.
in
We
the
get a really interesting
visual
look
makeup
into,
and the
what's
visual
happened to
language
them
of a
and what we
place
can
that
do to
already
possibly help
actually
them.
does
So that
exist is
mood then
astonishing.
going to expand
Because the
into
South really does look
environment.
like
So if we
that.
have a central theme, how can we reflect that in the environment? Is it going to be dark and gloomy? Is it scary? If so, it's going to affect the time of day. If it's something a bit more cheery, you know, we can have that happening in the morning. The artists on our team have done such an incredible job really fleshing it out and making sure that the biome they're given really feels like that biome. And I would encourage people who are playing the game or watching gameplay to just look around and see what type of vegetation is there, what's on the ground, what materials, you know, are you walking over. Just look at the animals. Like, there's so many little details to make you feel like you're in the Deep South.
I wanted to try and ground the game in the Deep South by establishing very authentic soundscapes. And we did that by employing Andy Martin to go actually into the swamps of Louisiana and record over the course of 6 months, I believe, at different times of year, to capture the sounds of the South and the swamps. And we also worked with Thomas Rex Beverly to get sounds of the Kentucky mountains and Tennessee landscapes and soundscapes.
There's a level of richness and specialness to the location that I think is true as someone who's lived here my entire life. My name is Rob Guillory. I'm a comic book creator out of Lafayette, Louisiana, and I am currently drawing and writing the South of Midnight comic.
Oh, I think that's also
It's
on
very,
this
very
thing.
in line with everything I've been making. You know, growing up in the South, there is this idea of kind of having all this mystery in the past, dealing with things under the surface. You know, the hurricane comes through and it brings up all this stuff, you know, that Hazel didn't even know was there. That idea is very native and very baked into the South, the culture of the South. We all kind of go through this because the older generations aren't fantastic about kind of illuminating and sharing exactly what happened in our past. So we often are kind of hit in the face with this reality that we didn't even know was there. These are the actual first sketches of Hazel I ever did back when I was kind of testing. So we were just trying to get a feel for how we could adapt and take basically the style of the game and kind of bring in my own flair to it. How can we find a middle ground? I think what's beautiful about the game is it is a pure metaphor of this thing that I've had to go through in my own life, where I've had to kind of go back into the past and deal with those demons in order to build a better life for myself and my family. So Hazel's doing that in her community. She's going back, she's fighting these demons, she's fighting these hates, and she's trying to deal with the past in order to free her community and to kind of walk in this new calling that she has, to be this sort of bringer of healing, this bringer of light into the world. There is something powerful about kind of making peace with the past in order to build a better, holistic future.
I can get behind
What
that.
I'm working on is basically a story that takes place
Building
post-game.
peace with the
It's sort of
past in
next
order to
phase
build a
of
more
the Hazel
holistic
story, of the
future.
South of Midnight story. And she's having to
Maybe.
adjust to this new phase of life, where at this point she's left Prospero, she's in college now, she's a track runner. Events happen that lead to her having to go back home and having to deal with some things back there in her own family and that sort of thing. It's kind of a love letter to the game in a lot of ways.
All right, I'll be right back.
South of Midnight does a great job of respecting the South, I believe, but also representing that deeper kind of spirituality that you don't get to see a lot.
Look, where'd they go? Here. Shoot. Because this game is so very specific, you know, Hazel being from the Southeast, Hazel being an athlete, you know, being a track star, and I wanted the intricacies of those things to really pop out in Hazel, and it's the type of subtlety that really brings a character to life.
Hi, hon.
How are you? I'm ready to go.
Cool, let's rock. Both Adrian and Nona, who play Hazel, have strong ties to the Southeast.
Cool, so this first line, we're just gonna do 3 in a row, and this is you walking up to Bo's house.
Had to grow up too fast. When I first seen a picture of Hazel, I was like, oh my gosh, that could really be me. Just her facial structure resembled mine. So what I did is I dressed exactly like Hazel in my audition, and I had fun with it. I'll clean it up. Jeez.
Your great-grandmother made this.
And you never told me that. And I would say that some of the details that I really hone in on is the accent. Oh my God. Who would do that to a kid? My family's from North Carolina, so I had a background of what that accent would sound like, and then I had a little bit of training to help me with just to really precisely place it where it needed to be. And then with her attitude, I just got to make sure I am in a spunky, ready pace. You know, she has sassiness, she has a modernness to her, but she's also respectful of her elders. She's also very empathetic. She's very driven, competitive. And I remember just feeling so connected. Her journey paralleled with my journey and like many of our journeys.
This story centers around a young black girl, so I couldn't help but be just in love with that idea. And I think Hazel, in the writing and the way that she's designed, it's so beautifully powerful, and I think that it just sort of leaps off the screen, and the way that she speaks and carries herself, the way that she allows herself to be vulnerable and scared and confused and unprepared, I think is something I'm really excited that we get to follow in this story and her story.
Shaking bones.
The handcrafted style is applied into everything. There's something soulful about that, and I think it resonates with a lot of people, and it felt really appropriate for this deep south, Southern Gothic dark fantasy to have this sort of organic, natural touch to the style.
Who, what?
Yeah, I saw you jumping.
We had to figure out a style where things are exaggerated, there's little thumbprints and imperfections, and everything kind of has this sort of twisted feeling to it. So we went and visited this stop-motion studio in Montreal called Clyde Henry, and they have a really special style that has this sort of dark, twisted eeriness that was something we wanted for South of Midnight, and we actually looked at their maquettes and looked at how they were made, and then the artists went back and we had to create techniques to reverse engineer how things are actually made by hand. Yeah, everything from the foliage to the props to the buildings to the characters, they all have a handcrafted look to them.
Maybe I could help bottle up the paint.
So I'm the last person left here.
So the animation style is just stop motion. So a lot of the narrative of the game is that you have Hazel, who is, you know, while searching for her mother, coming across a number of people in the world who have gone through things. They have experiences. Everyone's got something that's made them a little rough And, you know, while she has the power to weave and heal these sort of things, there becomes a sort of understanding of people's imperfections, those experiences that they've had, sort of define who they are as a character. It's nighttime, you can leave, but they're starting to go banging on door to door to each house. And so the stop motion treatment gives us the opportunity to bring in those little moments of friction, of imperfection, individuality. You feel it in the animation, you feel it in the motion, you feel it in performances, and that matches what you feel in the narrative and the relationships you have with characters. One take. Yeah.
Hazel is coming into her power. She's a young woman who, through this adventure, finds the true nature in herself as a leader. She finds her magical powers.
She's awakening to a world of possibilities she did not know existed. So the main character that you control, Hazel, is a weaver. She's inseparable from her weaver abilities. All of them are calculated to make you more aware or continuously aware of how the weaver sees the world and how she can pull from the world to traverse in extreme ways that normal humans simply can't do. The most important metaphor about your abilities as a player is the perception of trauma in creatures. You can see it. It's like a cancer.
So the ability to weave is you can take these big masses of dark energy and release it from each other, release it so the good can get in, so the good can thrive. And that's what I love about Hazel Flood is the things that she's doing are all a part of healing and helping others.
It's inspired by textiles and crochet and knitting, and we wanted to sort of take back this, which is traditionally considered more of a feminine art, and make it this powerful, beautiful magic. And we wanted it to really feel like this is how she does magic, is by manipulating these tangible strands. And the look of them was very much inspired by lace. Lace is very Southern Gothic. It's this like supernatural, living, sort of sentient material.
Gameplay in South of Midnight focuses on Hazel's magical powers as a weaver. And as you progress through the game, you're going to unlock various different spells and abilities. South of Midnight is a game of crafted challenges, and we've broken down these challenges into 3 different pillars. We got Traversal. Traversal focuses on platforming and using Hazel's different magical abilities in combination with one another to create these chains of traversal movement. Combat, our second pillar, focuses on using your different magical abilities to defeat our different enemies. Each enemy you're going to see in the game, we call them, they're different archetypes that are all going to have different strengths and weaknesses that your magical abilities are going to be able to counter. So it really is a combat experience that focuses on reflexes and reaction, adaptability and mobility, and it rewards quick thinking. Last but not least, our third pillar is puzzles. The game features a set of different problem-solving moments where Hazel is going to use her different magical abilities in order to manipulate the environment around her. She's got a few different powers. She has weave that allows her to weave in existence objects and platforms that she can use to navigate through the environment, as well as push and pull that allows her to move objects around. And usually you're going to encounter these barriers, and you're going to use all your abilities in combination to overcome the challenge and progress through the game.
I was looking for a strong blend of diegetic music, you know,
All right.
using instruments and musical styles that are common to.
Let's not give away
various
all the good
regions of
content.
game that we were inspired by from the real South.
I remember David coming back from a trip to the South, and he had this epiphany. He told me that he
I think rebooting with some Doom is in order. Can I just have all of the FOV, please? Ooh. That's so cool. Look at him. What did I put it on? I think I put it on Nightmare. I don't think I want a swift and punishing death, but I'll definitely take that.
In the first age, out of the swamp, out of the deep south.
This is going to be so great because I have yet to play this game with an Elite controller. Also, how is the frame rate this perfect? How does it look like this? How? How? How does it look like this?
Another fool's errand, witch. You have wasted our time once again.
We will not leave here until the heart of Argent is found. It is close.
The Horde will tear this village to pieces, but our time is running out. Soon, the humans will summon him.
King Nomi, we found their entry point. It doesn't make sense, sir.
The barrier is still holding, but our scans show that 3 portals were opened from inside the village.
The demons couldn't get past the barrier, so their followers are letting them in. Thira.
The transports. How much time?
Get me the new bishop. Valen's armored division is still an hour away.
We could try and launch the Atlands.
There's no time. Bishop Creed. We need him.
Ooh.
Commander.
This is a hell of a lot of story.
This temple must remain guarded.
The village of Kaleem is a mining settlement. If it falls, everything will be destroyed, including your Sentinel energy reserves.
Launch the Slayer.
Hell, geopolitics.
Total purification targeted for the village of Kaleem.
Oh my god, I love it.
Launching the Slayer in 3, 2.
He's even got the magnetic thingy like Captain America. Oh! I'm sorry. Holy fuck, that's a volumetric cloud pattern. Excuse me? Excuse me? Volumetric cloud patterns? Wow. You just come out swinging with the whole ass soundtrack behind you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Doom. I was not fully aware of your gangsta. Hold on. We need to make some light adjustments here to the sound mix. I'm not a fan of chromatic aberration, but I'll tolerate it. I also don't like artificial sharpening either, but the game's already blurry. Yes. I also want the Doom guy to be the old version of the Doom guy. I know that sounds really goofy, but it's just my preference, man. Toggle whether sprint automatically activates when moving forward. I almost feel like putting auto sprint on since I don't see the point in not running all the time as the Doom guy. Again, I know that sounds crazy, but I mean, there we go. Look at it. There it is. Okay. All right, my lovelies. Oh, I love this. Just instantly running like this. Yeah, this is it. Oh, I don't have the ability to do anything yet. Spoiler alert. I have this on PS5. Because there was no way I wasn't playing this in 4K. But it's nice to have it for free on Game Pass on a Series S, since apparently id Tech 8 scales so well, the frame rate is rock solid, and the game still looks incredible even on this thing. Yo, soundtrack is giving me life though. Ugh. 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 Every forward movement is literally an insta sprint. I love it. I did not know you could turn that on as an option. Oh yeah, jumping at walls automatically makes you climb. Glory kill. I love the way they brought the imps back. They've even got the little spikes coming out of their shoulders. That's so cool. Uh-oh. Ugh. Ugh. Why is this thing on? Who's chanting nearby and keeping this thing active? Who's doing that? Oh no, that was the worst thing I could have possibly done. Why did I do that? Why did I do that to myself?
The Slayer is dangerous. Keep your distance.
Damn right I'm dangerous. I'm not missing any secrets, am I? This is an extremely detailed map. I love the way it lets you know if there's secrets nearby. Okay. This auto sprint is giving me life, though.
Stay here. Ensign, do you have a lock on the Slayer? Here's location. Confirmed. Weapon drop incoming in 3, 2, 1.
What are they dropping me? Oh, is it the... what's it called? I'm not sure. I'm serious. I'm playing this at 720p right now. On a Series S. And I'm not going to say it looks indistinguishable from playing it on a PS5 Pro. But the frame rate is rock solid. And the textures are still quite crisp. I'm just saying, this game scales super well. Wow. 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 Everyone else, seriously, take notice. I'm not even, wow. id Tech 8 is a beast. I gotta watch the, I've totally got to watch the Digital Foundry interview that they did with id Software, because I got to see how this thing is so scalable. I mean, does it even have the same dynamic light sources? And I bet there's little things like the shadowing taking a huge hit, but honestly, for all intents and purposes, this looks like the game. This looks like the same game I played on my other TV. Impressive. Impressive, bro. Hit demons with a melee attack to get ammo. I know that. Oh my god. Oh. That's just great. Well, again, like, I can really appreciate the fact that they they made the combat so vertically oriented. I mean, so horizontally oriented. You know, Doom Eternal felt like jumping through the sky constantly. Doom the Dark Ages feels like maximizing your potential across... Like, if Doom Eternal was about maximizing your combat potential via the Y-axis, then Doom the Dark Ages feels like doing the same thing but on the X-axis. You're just like this force of nature, like a tornado or a hurricane, just ripping through everything. I can't believe how unbelievably fast this game is. Like, I know I'm sprinting everywhere, but I just mean, oh, death! I'm sorry. I can't believe how unbelievably fast you are. Bro, this is what a perfect 60 frames looks like. Damn. The soundtrack is out here doing God's work.
The main gate is under lockdown. There's a key in the nearby church. Route in the location.
Blue key. Can't you ping with it? Yeah. Alright. Let's check the map right quick. Okay. We've got some secrets in the next area. One to the left. And one to the right. And right before the next combat encounter. We got 2 more combat encounters popping out in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excuse me. So... all of that's beyond the... Is that the blue key area that I'm looking at? Yeah, okay. So... yeah, so a secret to the left, it looks like. Maybe a little bit, maybe another one a little bit forward. We'll see. Let's see. Let's see. Thank you. Ooh. Got the full armor popping. Let's go! Reflect. And then the rock. I think I described this like after playing this my first day. I think I described this as someone as like rock, paper, scissors. Which is really what it feels like. Counter! Boop. I'm not gonna lie, there's something really fun about just breaking shit with Doom Guy's face. Again, I just feel like I'm controlling a tank with legs. He's just so huge. Oh no. Ah. Not gonna lie, that's a little harder to avoid. Bop. Woo! Okay, so now what?
The cultists are traitors.
He's at ground zero. He located.
Hey, he said they were traitors. I felt like he was just giving me carte blanche to kill all of them. Even though I'm surprised the circle didn't dissipate. The last time I did something like this, the circle kind of vanished on its own. Wait a minute. Did I miss a secret? I will not miss any secrets in this game. Excuse me. Yes, I have to go and check on the secrets. I seem to have missed one of them. Yeah. Look at that. That's cute. It's very nice of them.
Once he kills the demon, the portals will collapse.
Sure. Get it out of my face. Do you hear this horse shit? Like, obtain the secret key? Eat me. Wow. Wait, what? Why, thank you. So... Oh yeah, I remember doing this. I remember jumping off this thing repeatedly trying to find a way down there. I remember actually finding a way down there. Oops. I swear I found a way to do it that didn't look nearly this goofy. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, and then you get the yeah. 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 I did that. I did that. I knew there was a way to get down there. It looked kind of goofy, but you know. It is what it is. Oops. Just secret areas galore, I tell you. Thank you. Yeah, see, there was a thing under the thing. Okay. This map is amazing. I mean, and you know, I don't think it disrupts the flow of Doom, not one iota, because you're... Why not give you the tools to search for these things? Yes, it is nice when you just come across them as part of happenstance, but... What do you mean by that? Didn't I just pick that up? Did I not just acquire the secret key? Oh, no, I acquired a secret, alright. Anywho. Oh, it's up there. Ha! That's funny. Okay, well. Aspirational content. But yeah, why not give people the tools, you know, to do exactly what it is you want them to do? Like, I'm way more inclined to look for something if I know it's in the area, you know. I used to really like having endless amounts of hours to look for secrets. Ooh. Close to long range. Oh, nice. So it's a short to long range nail gun? Love that for Wii. Get back here. Bonk. Bonk. What are we doing? Oh, I guess we're not doing it anymore. Okay. So yeah, getting up there. Yeah, there's got to be a way. Somewhere between here and the objective, there's got to be a way for you to get. Like, what do you mean, no target? I'm just chilling up here? Ah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Who the hell, or what is shooting those things? Y'all actually need to chill. That's insane. That's actually insane. Wow. Wow. I believe the youth call that meat riding. I believe that's what they call that. I think they are. I think they would assert with an alarming degree of confidence that y'all are bouncing on it. I believe that's how they would say that. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Why? Like I said, man, just doing 360s on it. Oh wait. Look. There's a secret behind me. We must obtain it at once. There's a secret here. We must obtain it. Oh, great. It's another slightly off the ledge, but not really kind of dealio. It's another one of those. Oh, no, wait. This is a lot more reasonable. Sweet. Love it when the secrets are reasonable. All right, let's go. Hello. Why is this relevant? What the fuck? Why are you here? Who invited you? He was like, I found a secret. No, you didn't. No, you didn't, though. I'm sorry, sir. Gotta find another cave. The princess is no longer in this castle. We are on a nice tear of collectibles, though. 4 out of 6 secrets and 3 out of 5 collectibles. That's not a bad ratio. Who's texting me this late at night? Oh, good for you. Good for you, bro. You better be playing Doom tonight. That's all I know. Yo, shout out to Recon TV. I swear. Like, when am I gonna get the shield throw?
All hell gates closed. The village is secure.
fighting these guys with the metal shield without the ability to pop them instantly is really grinding my gears. Like, holy hell. Ooh, secrets.
Tier 5 readings in the south.
I smell secrets.
A Titan has been summoned.
I don't give a fuck. There are secrets over here. Somebody show me how to get to the secrets. Ooh, lore. Is that lore? Lore. Dossiers. Ooh. A specter of doom from realms unknown. The Outlander stalks Argent Diner's battlefields with a fury that silences all who witness it. Though strange to sentinel eyes, they recognized in his bloodlust a terrible ally when Hell's legions darken their skies. The Makers, ancient and calculating, saw in this silent warrior a vessel for their divine will. They infused his flesh with celestial might, binding his soul to their cosmic designs. Yet what they forged was no mere weapon, but a tempest of vengeance that even gods now fear to control. As demons hunt for forgotten relics, the Slayer strains against divine chains, his protection of the besieged realm born not of loyalty, but of an unquenchable thirst for demon blood that neither hell nor heaven can sate. Insane. They're like, he doesn't have a side. He just likes killing demons. And one side just figured out how to harness that power for their own ends. I'm really beat up right now. Man, this secret key is the gift that just keeps on giving, isn't it? Alright, one more collectible and one more secret. Come on, secrets! Come on, look! We've done the thing so far, right? Like, look, all the secrets. Is that all the I can't tell. I can't tell. This map is unbelievably detailed. But as I look here and I see battle arenas, I do not see any opportunities for a final secret. Is anyone seeing any opportunities for a final secret in this last area? That looks like it could be a secret. But we don't know yet. I guess we'll just have to arrive there and find out. Let us go forward and look for more secrets. Pick up some armor along the way. Some health. There we go. My nose isn't bleeding anymore. And the residual effects of my damage are not blotting out these amazing visuals. Like, damn. Sometimes being in critical health sucks. It's like you're just actively making the game look worse. Because you're trash. Well, at least my armor is full. I got a live and let live policy. I won't mess with them if they're not messing with me, you know? Oh, wow. The music is telling me it's time to kill things. Oh my god, a bunch of things just died. Horse shit. It's okay. It was bound to happen eventually. Mind you, they're still fighting in the background. I just want to, you know, just want to present that to the jury. Ooh, what's that? That looks like lore. The secrets are slightly to the left. I mean to the right. Yes! Secrets! Silence, puny humans. The village of Kalim. The village of Kalim is a rugged outpost where towering extraction rigs harness primordium essence, a raw volatile precursor to sentinel energy drawn from the fossilized remains of Argent Dinur's prehistoric titans. Perched on the edge of a storm-lashed coast. Love that. Kalim devils as a vital seaport, its harbors bustling with the transport of this precious resource. The village's immense energy signature makes it a coveted prize for invaders, but its fortifications bristle with defenses, from towering gun emplacements to reinforced walls. Cool. I feel like we found the things. We did it, y'all. Oh no, is that thing looking at me now? Oh! Okay, good. Good. I'm taking out the other leg. You always sweep the leg, always. Let's go for the face. Right through the center of that body. Let's just shoot all the meat off of his extremities, you know? Take out his cankles, everything. Boom!
lied to us. And now he has a leash.
The Makers felt a weapon as powerful as the Slayer.
Should be guided.
And you agreed.
He's not one
of us. They want assurances, and so did I.
I feel like the Doomslayer shouldn't have a reason to come after you unless you're, you know, unless you're doing something you shouldn't be.
The beast is tearing through our ranks once again. And still, you continue to be influenced by this outsider. It is not this witch who is forced onto the battlefield against the Slayer.
He is walking around with a shield.
Power of hell, cowering before one man. Our enemy is divided. The time is now. And the heart of Argent gives us the power to conquer the beast and crush his allies. The Horde is yours to command. For now, Prince Azaric. I will be informing the High Council of your progress.
That upper body armor is going so hard, though. Like, I want to make fun of him, but I can't. Look at that.
They fear him, and so your dominion over hell is not absolute.
Avoid the Slayer. We should focus on breaking the humans first. Then resume our search.
Oh, nice. Yay. Nice. I got every secret in the first level. Yay.
Sire, the demons are now targeting the Sentinel's energy relay. It powers
This man
their
is a
transdimensional
gelatinous
barrier.
mass.
Yes. It is an energy field which prevents the demons from opening a portal into this world.
It doesn't work.
What you see now is a result of Sentinel civilians falling under the influence of demons and opening portals for them. A mere leak in the dam, sir. If the barrier were to break,
They would just be naturally forming portals. So for now, they're just kind of using humans as conduits. Very interesting. Ooh, the Doomslayer. You know, like, I see scenes like this, and it reminds me of, like, RoboCop, when RoboCop was, like, charging up and having nightmares of his murder in the chamber.
Slayer vitals increasing.
My man broke free of the control. Look at him. He's like, what the hell is this? Where am I? Why am I in this dirt? And he's back.
Slayer, prepped for launch.
It's remarkable how he can survive the power surge.
Yes. We purify his mind and leave only his hatred for the demons.
But his resistance to the Tether's influence is...
Increasing.
Increasing?
A request to the Creed for additional energy reserves has already been made.
Launch the Slayer immediately.
Oh, the futility. It's made all the worse by the fact that we know this is a prequel. So it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when and how he breaks free of their control and how much damage he does on the way out.
He's at the drop zone. Deploying weapon pod now.
This game's soundtrack is just something. I miss Mick Gordon, but this soundtrack is it's slapping. Oh, yes. Oh my God, it's it's on the shield. Yeet. Oh, superheated metal. That's going to be so much fun. So good. And then you get the armor shards from it too. And then it becomes part of the environmental puzzles. Look at how time slows down when you torque the shield. It has no business feeling this good. Is there a hole in the floor or something? Okay. No, but it looks like there's a life sigil around the corner. Boink. Thank you. Love it. Boink. That's really sucked to be just done in by all your friends. Again, it feels like there's like a real call and answer going on between your weapon set, the types of enemies. It feels like a really tight game of rock, paper, scissors. It's so intuitive. Like, the combat language is very easy. The meta is very easy to get into. And since the controls... oops. And since the controls are so finely tuned around having like a one-button solution for any and all issues you may have... Wait, secrets. Hold on, there are secrets down this hallway. Hush. Secrets have been found. There's only 3 collectibles, but 9 secret areas in this level. 210 pieces of gold. And 1, I don't know what the hell that is. What is that, a health upgrade? Is that what that is? That's a health upgrade? Okay. Man, this level's big. We got our work cut out for us. You should always be wary, like when a game soundtrack just starts doing that out of nowhere. Oh, at least I'm not dead. I was really hoping something would poke its face out so I could just hover up to it, but no such luck. Woo! Hey, wait, there's a secret down there. Let me know if all this secret talk gets obnoxious, because I don't care. Alright. Oh, what? Well, how do I get down there then? Aha. Aha. My nose for secrets remains undefeated. My nose for secrets remains undefeated. What? Ow. Oh my god, I'm sneezing. Woo! The game realized there were only trash mobs left and they're like, wait. Cue the music. There might be secrets here. Secrets to the left of the objective. Secrets above the objective. Secrets everywhere. Look at that. Who knows what kind of secrets lay in this level?
Facilities are under lockdown.
We will find them all. Look. Resources. More resources. I don't like that. I'm sorry. I don't like the idea of currencies, like multiple currencies in my Doom. It just seems needless for a game already like wall to wall with collectibles. There could have been a more elegant way to introduce upgrading and upgrade paths, I guess. I don't know. I'm no designer. Oh, well, I already know what upgrade I'm buying first. Yeah. Guns for the shotgun. Because the very first upgrade you can acquire for the shotgun afflicts enemies that you attack with the shotgun with burn. Why wouldn't I do that? It's just unfair how much of a no-brainer getting an ability like that is. Like, oh, you mean my default weapon stacks burn on top of enemies, which in turn makes them drop armor pickups before they die? Oh yeah, no, I don't want that. Don't give me that shit. I'm a little bit annoyed by that, but it's okay. I hate those things. I hate them so much. They're actually terrible. Wow, deflecting the fucker is actually a pretty interesting tactic. I didn't think that would work. I feel like this should be classified as a secret area, but we slacken. It's an actual hole in the wall that leads to nowhere. That was goofy. I should have just finished him off. Yeah, we don't do that here. I only need 4 more gold for that upgrade. Ugh. That's how it happens. Everything else I have kind of checkmarked off though, so let's hope for some something.
Operations are currently suspended.
You don't say, and I wonder why. Oh god. Smells like combat in here. Smells like a monster closet. No, at least that's the, I think, what is that, the oh my god. Incubus? Gimme. I wish the bullets were bigger because it doesn't really feel like a plasma cannon. But it's fine. I won't complain too much about it. I just feel like its utility is low because of its unambiguous, its weird ambiguous damage pattern, and the fact that it's not a very visually exciting weapon to use. This is not. The shotgun is visually exciting. Even the little pin needle gun is visually interesting to look at. The accelerator really isn't. Like, I don't feel like I'm doing anything every time I fire it. $9.42. Sometimes you try to not die. You know, sometimes it works, sometimes it's just ass. Oh no, did I blatantly miss some gold back there? Crazy that I'm even alive right now. Wow. Gold has been acquired.
assistance out here.
We need to evacuate.
And there's only one thing you do when they give you a saw on your shield, right? Ooh. That entire indoor area looks picked clean, though. Not for nothing. I'm happy with the way that turned out. I'm gonna need just a moment, though. What an unbelievably satisfying noise. Are those two in the background, like, actually fighting? In the background are legitimately fighting. Hold on. Whoa! Look at this. my. What? I was so close, Hebeth. So close. All right. Unfortunately, that's where tonight is cooked. The end of South of Midnight. The start of a new Doom playthrough. I cannot wait. It looks like in the next it looks like in the next level we're gonna have a kaiju fight. Which is a sentence I never thought I would say in reference to Doom, but here we are in the year of our Lord, 2025. And kaiju fights are right around the corner. So I hope you guys join me tomorrow. Thank you everyone for watching. Thanks for everyone who caught the South of Midnight extravaganza, including that little piece of the documentary at the end. Have a groovy Tuesday night. This has been Lucian. This has been Expert Penguin on the Expert Playlist. And please, 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 have a great night.